Now, what about Jofert? He had the most points coming into this one. Remember, the real tests sum up with the virtual races, so these drivers didn't start on 0 points this afternoon, and that's why we have to calculate them.
So this is big opportunity for Whitehead to move forward here. Page, he's holding on there at the front. He got 10 points for race 1. He'll get 50 if he can win. And Whitehead, if he gets 30 and 30, he'd be at 60, so same amount of points. And that would still go the way of Schoninger.
Yep. So let's wait a little bit. I think we'll figure this out in a couple of moments, and we will have the easier part to calculate the points, not bring digits out of our heads. And let's enjoy the 17 remaining minutes of this race. Remember, Schoninger is 5th. He's 13 seconds behind Jofert, but he had an enormous advantage in race 1. I think he'll be on the back of Jofert by the end of the race, especially if Whitehead and H&S will come into a battle. These cars, these 3 cars should come a little bit closer together, though H&S was very friendly in race 1 and he didn't defend so badly his position in race 1 against Whitehead. He's now running 2nd. He came as the last participant into this event. He collected 43 points in the real tests, and that's 33 points less than what Jofert had. So he basically came into this race just for excitement, just for experience. He already had 0 chances of winning this.
But and that's not a bad reason to come back. Tadej just couldn't show up for this one, even if he was coming in 2nd. And I think he would have had a very, very good opportunity around here. Page, unsurprisingly, fastest lap of the race. This is more a question now about Whitehead. Can he move forward? And how quickly can he move forward? And can he try and catch Page? If Page stays in the lead, this is going the way of Schoninger.
Okay. Yep. Calculations are in. What about Jofert if he'll finish 2nd, for example, in this race? Would he have a chance? He would. I think they would be tight on points. They would have. If Schoninger finishes 5th and Jofert 2nd, they would be. There would be. They would have same points.
That would be a tie, and then it would go the way of Jofert because he had the most points in the race car part of the championship. Jofert's got a long way to go if he wants to finish 2nd here. And the other thing is, Schoninger needs to finish 5th.
Yep, and Schoninger is gaining on these cars, especially in Jofert. Jofert is unable to keep up with H&S and Whitehead so far. He's 1.6 seconds behind Whitehead, who is now figuring out things for himself. I think Whitehead has 0 chance of winning this. Yeah, Whitehead should win this race.
Yeah, we would need to win the race, and that is an issue here. And Page has pretty much will decide who wins this championship. If he stays in the lead, he'll give that position to Schoninger. If he thinks of dropping back, he'd give the position to Whitehead or Jofert. Schoninger has... Something happened to him again. I saw the gap back down to 8 seconds, and look at that, last lap 107 it was. So, yeah, look at that, he lost some time. And, well, this is not the same driver that we saw run laps on everyone in race 1. He was untouchable. Now, he's making a couple of mistakes. I'm sure he knows that as long as Page is in the lead, he is pretty much guaranteed to win. But this is looking difficult for him, and looking difficult for anybody else to actually leapfrog him in the overall championship. And this is how important that second place would have been for Jofert in race 1. If he would have finished second, it would have been a much smaller, only a 10-point gap. Would have been Jofert would have still been in with a shot. Whitehead trying to get through, and a big jump over the curb for H&S, who runs a little bit wide, but still no way through for Whitehead. He's stuck behind. And Jofert, I think what he's mainly hoping for is these two to have contact, but not enough contact to drop behind Schoninger.
Yep. Again, same scenario, but what is the most interesting part for me is that Jofert is unable to keep up with H&S and Whitehead. Pace suddenly kind of changed in race 2. Schoninger having issues, Jofert having issues, doesn't find the needed pace. Let's compare the speed of Jofert and H&S. So at some laps, Jofert was slightly faster. Now he lost 6/10. Schoninger back on pace as Whitehead comes out of the corner very close to H&S. Yep. And we'll try to find a spot on the track to maybe repeat the successful move on H&S as he did in race 1. I'm not sure of how fired up he is in this second race. He finished second in the first one. He can have the chance to repeat that.
Oh, very sideways from H&S. There, he was sideways the whole corner pretty much, at least on entry. That's why Whitehead caught up to him so much. Still can't get through, incredibly. Even with the pace difference that he clearly has, he really can't do anything until H&S touches a wall or does that and leaves some space open at the hairpin, but still, no can do. H&S holds on to second. Now, Dennis Schoninger, fastest lap of the race for him. Still in last position, so a very similar situation. A very fast driver is running away at the front, not running away as much as Schoninger did though in race 1, and a very fast driver at the back of the field, setting fastest laps of the race after a very bad start.
Page doesn't seem to have such a pace advantage here in the second race what Schoninger had, so maybe it was a Jofert issue.
No, I think he's running slower, actually. If you look at the lap times, Page is running slower, so I think he's... Oh, yeah, he's definitely running much slower. I think he's just managing the pace. It doesn't make any difference if he's going 105 lows or 105 highs if the cars behind are doing 106 mids.
Yeah,
there's no point in taking that risk. He's driving a pretty calculated and smart race here.
Yeah.
That's what he did in the semi-final as well on ACC. he ran a very, very smart race where he didn't take any unnecessary risks. That's what he's doing here. He's got a 4.3-second gap, so he's got a buffer if there's any small lockup or small mistake, but he's got enough pace in hand if he needs to turn it up at the end. He's got that opportunity. Into the chicane they come. And under 8 minutes to go now.
I wonder what goes through of each driver's mind now when completing these laps. Schoninger gaining on Joffert. He doesn't need to overtake Joffert. He currently would take the champion's crown as it stands if the final results will be same that we have now. He's fast, he's pushing. I don't think there will be enough time for him to catch up with Joffert and just driving calmly. But that's the end. That's it. It's really a huge shame that we have only 5 cars on the racetrack. Juknevičius had a really good chance. It did have really good chances before this part of the finals. It's a big shame he couldn't be here for the final race. He did attend the real tests. He ended up second. He won the karting discipline. He was the fastest driver with a race kart. Oh, Whitehead over the curb, nothing too much. And Tadas, well, he lost by not attending here this race. We would have had a totally different view if Tadas would race here. But it is what it is, and well, it's a big price on the table, so that's definitely a huge shame for the driver. But it looks like we will have a driver from Germany participating in the real Palanga event this year that will take place in a little bit more than 1 month. Actually, 1 month. In 1 month's time, the real race will take place here, where Schoninger will get himself in exactly the same car that we have here running on the virtual streets of Palanga. It's just gonna have a slightly different view. The barriers will be real. The tires will be real. Actually, it will not be the tires on the chicanes.
Well, it will be easier with the chicanes because he can just push them out of the way. And you don't go flipping off the circuit, so actually in a better position if he does indeed touch those tire barriers. Well, not tire barriers, tire stacks. H&S though, he's been doing a great job this whole race, and it's not really like he's been defending.
Yeah, but it looks like his pace
has been driving his own race. He's having a decent enough pace where Whitehead can't really find a way through. And actually starting to catch up to Page as well. Maybe not.
Whitehead into the barriers. And with
he's trying to push hard. He's trying to find that way through.
Yep, so 1.2 seconds gap now. Let's take a look at how fast Whitehead will be able to gain on H&S, and that's going to be the pace difference between these two drivers. If he'll have the pace, actually, he's still falling behind slightly H&S. So great performance by the driver from Lithuania, again clipping the curb, sending the car flying into the air. It's not the fastest way around the chicanes, but sometimes you clip those curbs.
Yep, and the car bounces up and down and then gets back on its wheels, so he's definitely catching up. This track, it's weird with the gaps sometimes on Assetto Corsa, so sometimes they keep going up and down for no reason. But Page still 4 seconds in front, and look at that, he's not even touching the curbs in the chicanes. He's doing it very smartly. And Schoninger, look at that, 2.7 back from Jofert now. So he's really closed up. He's been pumping in the laps, going fast, and very fast last time round. 5:1:01. So he's now turned up the heat, but his 5th place will still be enough to win here today. Unless something crazy happens.
Yeah, but I don't think that something too crazy will happen.
We should have 3 to go. It is. So 3 more laps to go here at
and we basically can call it the day now, because Schoninger has already completed 75% of the distance. So even if somehow the simulator would disappear from Topo Centras, where Dennis Schoninger is driving.
The problem is, the only thing is, if HNS and Whitehead drop behind Jofert, but not behind Schoninger, that would give Jofert the win. So that's the only thing that can still happen.
Yep. Okay. So small possibility is still there.
So that's why he's not parking the car just yet. But Schoninger has gotten close enough to Jofert. I think that this scenario is very, very difficult to happen. 2 more laps to go. And 0.5 is the gap between Whitehead and HNS. 1.3 is Schoninger to Jofert. Page leads at the front.
2 laps, yep. 2 laps to go. Page, yeah, well, he's just calmly driving his car.
106.1, so he's running a second slower than what he was doing in the first race, but that is a very, very smart way to do it. It doesn't matter for him if he's 20 seconds up the road. He's not getting more points. And unfortunately for him, the points that he's gonna get are just not enough to beat out this man on your screens right now, who won race 1, starting from second after Page stalled on the grid. He's on the back of Silver Jofert, who I'm sure is not gonna let him through, but out of principle only, and not really because that's gonna change anything. Finishing second in the overall championship gives you nothing here. It's all about the win. Here we go. Final lap of Dream2Drive 2026. And really, that battle up in front for the podium. And what does Jofert do? He's going to defend the inside, but
Nice catch.
Well, you don't need to do that, Dennis, but a nice catch, definitely. And I think that battle here is done. I don't think Schoninger is going to really try anything, because he knows this is going to be enough for him. As this is Marco Page round the, well, final time round the circuit. He's going to go down the viaduct and into that final chicane. And a brilliant drive from him, a very, very smart way to race. And I hope he's going to be back for the next edition of Dream2Drive, because he's been one of the standouts here. But the biggest standout will be Dennis Schoninger, who's going to come round the final turn. 2026 Dream2Drive champion. Look it. Dennis Schoninger takes the win, and he's gonna go race in a Porsche Cup car in exactly 1 month's time. And I'm sure we'll have an interview with him shortly. I can see his camera. He's emotional, very, very emotional, as he's taken the win. He did enough. here in Dream2Drive 2026. Dennis Schoninger wins it. And, well, congrats to everyone who participated, not only here in the finals, but all throughout the last month and a half or so. A lot of great drivers who, some of them unluckily had to drop out. But there's only one winner at the end. This year, it goes to Dennis Schoninger. And I think we've actually got him live. Well, what an incredible race for you, Dennis. We're live on the Dream2Drive channels. It is...
Stark, durch die ganze Competition. Es war jedes Mal... Warte. Ich kann das Headset nicht abmachen, ich muss kurz...
We heard the natural language of Dennis Schoninger and the real emotions that are going through the head of the driver. I think he's still not aware exactly that we are trying to get an interview from him, but he'll be ready soon. I hope
he can hear us now. So Dennis, what an incredible race for you.
I won!
It looked, well, you took race one, and that was really what sealed the deal for you. What was going through your mind when you had that incident down at the first chicane in race two?
Can you hear us, Dennis?
I think so. Just having some small issues.
Yeah, I think we can hear him, but I'm not sure if he can hear us.
Yep. But you heard his emotions and live, and now see if that does happen here.
We cannot send you the view of Dennis Schoninger over, sadly, but we are waiting for the voice of the man, the winner of the Dream2Drive 2026. I think we are through now.
I can hear you now, yes.
He's waving to us. And Dennis, what an incredible event all the way through. And what was going through your mind when you had that incident down at turn one here in race two?
I mean, there was just, I don't know, there was too much going on through my head. I was way too much focused on the points than rather the driving. But I didn't know, I can't grasp what has happened. I mean, this is incredible. This is the chance everyone in sim racing wants. And it's just a great competition. It's so much fun throughout the real life part, the sim part. The organizers were great. Thanks to them. Thanks to everyone who made this possible. There was just so much going on through my head. I can't even tell you.
Did you know the points calculation going into the race? Did you know that essentially Marco kind of guaranteed your win by him starting on pole and getting through here in race two?
I mean, I was hoping that Marco can just cruise it home, then because in my head this would be the biggest chance for me. I didn't know confirmed, because obviously you want to wait till it's confirmed, till you know, yes, this is how it works, this is how it is. But I was just way too much focused on the points.
So I guess tonight you're buying Marco a beer.
I think I will, yes.
Did you know each other before this event, or you got to know each other only in the finals?
Marco and me raced each other for now 3 years. We raced each other in many competitions across many platforms. We knew each other. We grew a bit closer throughout this competition, I think. Also with the other guys, it was great to get to know everyone behind this, everyone involved. But it was just phenomenal.
Coming back to not the sim racing side, but what you were doing at the Porsche Ring a week ago, which part, I guess, of the competition was most difficult to you, or something that was, let's say, least natural, where you had the most difficulty?
Probably the karting. I have not done any karting when I was a kid. There was no competitive karting for me. Obviously, every now and then my dad took me to drive some rental kart, but that was it. I bought a kart for myself just to have some fun a couple of weeks ago. So I think the karting was the one where I felt least comfortable. So I just tried to go with my instinct, try to drive give it my all, give it my best. And I think I was pretty consistent throughout the competition. Never made enough effort to win one of the competitions or disciplines, but I gave it my all.
Well, yep, you were the most, I would probably say, the most consistent all the way through. Never, except now in the sim racing part, winning, but never really winning, but always up there towards the front. And I guess that's what got you the win. Well, congratulations, and go and enjoy it tonight. And then I guess it's time to start preparing for your race at Palanga at this track. Just know that those tire barriers are not concrete like here. You can push them away quite easily.
You still don't want to do that, I think.
Depends how fast you go. But that was your Dream2Drive 2026 champion, Dennis Schoninger. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
This is the end of our broadcast here from Dream2Drive 2026. Well, I'm sure everybody watching will want to know, how do I participate myself? And well, that's going to come next year. I guess, with a new season of Dream2Drive Esports, hopefully. And to hone your skills for that and be prepared for that, head on over worldsimseries.com and sign up for free. Thank you to the partners as well, TOPO Centras and Ovoko. They were the main partners of our top two groups, and Monster Energy as well for providing the energy to everyone out on track and in the broadcast booth and in the production of the whole event. So to follow how Dennis does, it's the social media channels of Dream2Drive and World Sim Series. You'll see how he does in a real Porsche Cup car. His Dream2Drive is complete. Any final words, Laurinas, from you?
Yeah, I guess thanks for everyone who has followed up with this amazing championship, and that's only the beginning, especially for one driver from Germany. Dennis Schoninger will hit the streets as... It sounds so unrealistic, but it's definitely gonna happen in 1 month's time, so... Yeah, just follow up further with how it's gonna evolve for Dennis. I actually cannot wait to see how he'll perform on the streets of Palanga. And yep, that's it. So this is the end for our stream, but only the beginning for Dennis Schoninger. Hope every one of you enjoyed this, and stay with the Dream2Drive social media channels. You'll get plenty of exciting action from the real preparation, I guess, from what's going to happen with Dennis in 1 month's time.
Bye-bye.
Yep, bye-bye.
Strange sound from your car again? There is a way to solve this issue. But when you need a smarter solution, buy from Ovoko. Choose from millions of used car parts, save your money and fix your car the smart way.
Geras metas iššokti į naujus batus. Pasimatuok geriausius pasiūlymus namams.